Hey, Alan. It's Taylor. I just want to say thank you for your decades of unbelievable songwriting and performances and always including so much to us fans. I think my favorite song of yours is Drive because in that
Taylor Swift just got booed in front of a packed Nashville stadium, and the moment it happened, just days before her wedding, the internet exploded because the most famous woman on the planet, a woman who got her very start in that exact city, appeared on the big screen to pay a heartfelt tribute to a country music legend, and instead of pure applause, a wave of boos reportedly rolled through the crowd. It was jarring, it was unexpected, and it instantly became one of the most talked about moments of the week. But the full story is far more complicated than the headline suggests, and once you understand what really happened, the picture changes completely.
And I know that that was an example that was so good for me to see at a young age, an artist who was just letting fans into the details of his life.
Here's what happened. A beloved country music icon was holding his farewell concert in Nashville, a huge emotional send-off marking the end of a decades-long career. The legendary singer was stepping back as he manages a difficult health condition. The night was packed with tributes from the biggest names in country music, a celebration of one of the genre's most cherished figures, and as part of that celebration, Taylor appeared in a surprise pre-recorded video message on the stadium screens. Her appearance had not been announced ahead of time, so when her face suddenly filled the screens, the crowd reacted instantly, and that reaction was reportedly a mixed bag. Some fans cheered loudly, but others booed, and the boos were reportedly loud enough to nearly drown out the beginning of her message.
Because in that song, you really paint such a picture, you let us into the details of your life, and I know.
And here's the part that makes the booing feel so unfair, because Taylor's message was nothing but gracious. In the tribute, she reportedly thanked the legendary singer for his decades of incredible songwriting and performances. She told him how much his music meant to her and to the fans. She reportedly singled out one of his songs as her personal favorite, praising the way he painted such a vivid picture and let listeners into the details of his own life. And she credited that as an example that shaped her as a young artist learning how to let fans into her world. She closed by thanking him warmly for the support and encouragement he had shown her and other writers over the years, telling him how excited she was for his show. It was sincere, humble, and respectful, a genuine tribute from one artist to another, and still some in the crowd booed.
I appreciate you so much for the ways that you have just treated me and other artists and writers with just such support and encouragement over the years, and I am so excited for you doing this show and just appreciate you so much.
So why did it happen? There are reportedly a few theories, and none of them have much to do with Taylor herself. The first is simple geography and sports. The concert took place in a city with a fierce loyalty to its own football team, a team that has a long rivalry with the franchise her fiancé Travis Kelce plays for. To some football fans in that stadium, Taylor is now inseparable from the rival superstar she is about to marry. The boos may have been less about her and more about the jersey she has come to represent on Sundays. The second theory cuts deeper into music history, because Taylor began her career in country music before transforming into the biggest pop star on earth, and to a certain slice of country purists that crossover still stings. To them, fairly or not. She represents an artist who left the genre behind, and an old resentment may have bubbled up in that moment. And there is a third theory, one tied directly to this very moment in her life. Because her wedding has reportedly been generating a wave of public frustration in recent days, with some people grumbling about the spectacle and the disruption surrounding it. That sour mood may have spilled over into the stadium, with a fraction of the crowd channeling a broader, simmering annoyance into a few boos. Whatever the reason, the important thing to remember is that this was a mixed reaction, not a universal rejection. Plenty of fans in that stadium cheered for her warmly, and the boos came from only a portion of the crowd. And Taylor supporters were quick to leap to her defense. Online, fans flooded social media insisting the booing said far more about the people doing it than about Taylor. One pointed out that some people seemed determined to find drama even in a respectful tribute. Another lamented that nobody ever seems able to simply be happy for her, despite how generous she is with her time and her money. And honestly, this is not new territory for Taylor. She has reportedly been booed before in crowded stadiums, most notably while supporting Travis at a major football game. And each time she has simply laughed it off and moved on. A woman who has weathered nearly 2 decades in the spotlight is not going to be rattled by a few boos during a tribute video. If anything, the moment only highlighted how impossible it is to please everyone when you are the most famous person in any room, even one you are not physically standing in. So here's everything else swirling around this couple right now, because the booing moment is just one piece of an absolutely massive week. And the reason every Taylor moment is under a microscope right now comes down to the wedding bearing down on them, which is reportedly shaping up to be the event of the year. The celebration is reportedly set for July 3rd at the iconic Madison Square Garden, with reports now suggesting it will span 2 days. The first day, reportedly July 2nd, is said to be a more intimate rehearsal dinner for close family and friends. The following day brings a massive reception for around 1,000 guests, and the entertainment lineup reportedly being assembled is jaw-dropping. Because this wedding is reportedly turning into the most exclusive concert on the planet, reports suggest that music legends are being lined up to perform, including a rock icon who has been one of Taylor's closest mentors and friends for years. That is the kind of legendary voice whose presence would make the night unforgettable. There are also reports that a country superstar whose name is famously tied to Taylor's very first hit single could take the stage, a full-circle moment that feels almost too perfect to be real. And the rumors do not stop there, with whispers that an actual music legend, one of the most famous musicians who has ever lived, could also make an appearance. Whether all of it comes true or not, the very idea of that lineup has fans losing their minds. The wedding is reportedly so enormous that it has even sparked some friction with the public, because permits were reportedly filed to close streets around the famous arena for several days in early July, right in the middle of one of the busiest weekends of the summer, and some locals have reportedly pushed back hard, grumbling that shutting down city streets for a celebrity wedding during a major holiday weekend feels inconsiderate.
Permit application has been submitted to the city of New York. This permit application was not submitted by Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. It actually comes from an event planning company. They have stated that they will have anywhere from 500 to 999 guests who are gathering at Madison Square Garden.
It is the same wave of public frustration that may have spilled into that Nashville stadium. It is a reminder that an event this colossal cannot help but ripple out into the lives of ordinary people. Of course, the couple themselves reportedly did not personally file those permits, but in the public's eyes, the wedding has simply become too big to ignore. The secrecy around it all reportedly remains absolute. Every guest, even close family and friends, is reportedly required to sign an ironclad agreement before learning a single detail. There are reportedly no mailed invitations, with the couple instead reaching out personally to keep information from leaking. And the guest list keeps drawing attention, with newer names like a rising young singer and a reconciled former friend reportedly added to the celebration, even as several big names are reportedly left off entirely. Interestingly, despite all the talk of an imminent wedding, there has reportedly been no sign of a marriage license filed in the city. That has only deepened the mystery about exactly when and where the couple will truly say their vows. It all comes after a whirlwind stretch for the couple. They reportedly reunited at the groom's annual football summit after spending a week apart on separate pre-wedding celebrations. Taylor reportedly stunned the crowd at the charity concert with a surprise performance. Travis reportedly wrapped an epic multi-city bachelor party tour. Meanwhile, Taylor reportedly notched a record-breaking new chart-topping song and was honored as the youngest woman ever inducted into a prestigious songwriting hall of fame. The momentum heading into the wedding has been absolutely relentless, with the booing in Nashville just the latest twist in a month that has had it all. So here's the bottom line. Taylor appeared in a surprise pre-recorded video tribute at a country legend's farewell concert in Nashville and reportedly received a mixed reaction. Some fans cheered and others booed loudly enough to nearly drown out her heartfelt message despite the tribute being gracious and sincere. The boos have reportedly been chalked up to football rivalry, lingering country music resentment over her crossover to pop, and a broader wave of public frustration tied to her wedding. Her fans rushed to defend her and noted she has shrugged off boos before. The wedding itself is reportedly a 2-day event at Madison Square Garden, with a rehearsal dinner on July 2nd and a reception for around 1,000 guests on the 3rd. The rumored performer lineup could include a rock icon, a country superstar tied to her first hit, and possibly a music legend. The event has reportedly sparked backlash over street closures. The secrecy remains absolute, and no marriage license has reportedly been filed. The wedding is reportedly set for the 3rd of July at Madison Square Garden. 4 days until July 3rd, a few boos in a Nashville stadium, and the internet acted like the sky was falling. But the truth is far simpler. You cannot become the biggest star in the world, marry one of the most famous athletes alive, and throw the wedding of the century without a few people grumbling from the cheap seats. Taylor reportedly smiled through a heartfelt tribute. The cheers outweighed the boos for anyone actually listening, and in just 4 days, she will walk down the aisle while the whole world watches. The haters can boo all they want. The fairy tale is happening anyway.
Do I sense a Kelsey family reunion in the works?
I see it in our future for sure.
Once we get some kids that all look the same on the block,
There you go.
Freaking family reunion going.
There we go. I'll add it to my wish list.
Super excited. She is a sweetheart. That is truly the girl next door.
That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.